Let's fight, let's fight, let's fight, let's fight. Wherever you're joining us from tonight, good folks, let's fight. We're happy to have each and every one of you here with us tonight, folks. Share that live for us and smash that emoji button as well. Wherever you're joining us from, we are simply privileged to have each and every one of you. Yes, you. Happy to have all of you here with us this evening. How y'all doing, folks? How y'all doing? Y'all hear that bell? School calling. You hear that bell, good folks? Well, so I'm going to tell you, the school has called. Really happy to have so many of you on the live tonight. We're ensuring that we're sharing it live at our end. We're smashing that emoji button as well. Another night, folks, it's Wednesday, and we're so privileged to have all of you here with us. Tiring day for me. Met with some young people today at the National Assembly. Youth Parliament is upon us. That special time when our young people meet and debate several issues, folks, in the National Assembly, planning for the future. So we're watching that, folks. We're part of that this morning, and then we were off to the Guyana, where Heritage Month was launched, and I'm looking forward to being part of some of those, as we say colloquially here, just heritage. Looking forward to being part of heritage in the various indigenous communities. Really looking forward to that. How are you folks doing? Where are you guys at this evening? How are you folks doing tonight? From the many places you guys are joining us from, we are happy and we are delighted to have all of you here. Share it live if you're here already, folks. Smash that emoji button for us. We are ready to go. Don't know about everybody, a couple of us at this side, fired up and ready to go. Good to see so many of you beautiful people on the live tonight. Everett and Wilton, Gail, and I see Roxanne. Savage Tish is here as well. Tracy Clark is here too. How y'all doing, good folks? Tracy Clark is here. Foxman Jews here too. Debbie Collins, Chris Noel. Good to have you. Lennox Anderson. Andrew Griffin is here too. Andrew said 592 is the carnival of lawlessness. No doubt Andrew's pulling from that epic ballad by Martin Carter. Carnival of lawlessness. That is GT. According to Andrew Griffin. Good to have all of you here, folks. Good to have all of you here with me. Yep. We're fired up, guys, and we're ready to go for your normal broadcast. You know what comes next. We got to open up, folks. We got to open up. Last night, those of you who may have missed our broadcast, the one and only Kim Raj Ramcharan told us, sugar, gone. It ain't going, folks. Sugar gone. Sugar gone, it done. Please and thank you. It done. You got to acknowledge that. You got to acknowledge that. And that's the opener this evening. Somebody said it. And take a listen. Take a look. I said take a look.
The government recently went back to the National Assembly for large sums of money for the sugar industry. When it returned to power in 2020, it had stated that it was going to reopen those sugar estates that were closed by the Granger administration. Co-founder the Alliance to Change, Kemrat Ramjitan, recently said that the government was feeding the nation on fruits when it said that it would resurrect the closed sugar estates.
We know that right sizing was the correct way to go. But they want to go and open back Rosella Estate. They want to go and open back Skeldon. They want to go and open back, I don't know how many other estates.
Ever since 2021, large sums have been poured into the Guyana Sugar Corporation.
Approximately 6 billion, I think it was 6 billion that was given as a subvention to Gaisuco this year. And in addition, we have gotten two financial papers in which a sum of 4 billion and then a sum of 2.2 billion and then an additional sum of 3.2 billion as what you call supplementary.
He said that when the budget was passed this year, Gaisuco said that it would need about $6 billion. However, Gaisuco lowered its production target.
It ended up in the very first year, which they had projected about 28,000 tons. They only made approximately 8,000 tons of sugar from all the estates, all the factories.
He said that the sugar company returned to Parliament for a further $6 billion.
And they only produce 7.9 100,000 tons of sugar. But more than that, whilst they come and ask for this supplementary expenditure for Gaisuko, during the months of April to July, them banners this take out $4.02 billion for Gaisuko. They didn't come to Parliament for it.
For the year, Gaisuko has collected almost $15 billion according to Ramjatan. Government has pumped in some $40 billion since 2020. It has been making a loss every year.
Yep. That's the opener, good folks. That is the opener. We're going to tell you guys later on. Some of the other billions going. It's a lot of billions. While you folks are here, you good folks, they're handsome gentlemen, pretty woman. While you folks are here, share the live for us. Smash that emoji button. 6 minutes in, next 6 minutes in, 900 plus. We're about to hit it. Well, just hit 1,000 plus persons watching us and joining us. Some of what we're picking up, folks, from around the world, and it's plenty. It's enough tonight. This tropical storm, Ernesto, we just done with Beryl. Beryl just finished with us. We got Ernesto to deal with. Like I fed up. It's always something. And you know what they're telling us? Ernesto has the capacity to be even more powerful than Beryl. You know, I want to know one with Beryl. That's some good one or two good Beryls. But I like this one here. Now, Ernesto, my Lord. So you all look out for that. They're telling us, folks. With that, they're telling us, let me come a little. Yeah, Ernesto, of course, has strengthened into a hurricane and threatens to be a major storm. Yep, that's part of what they're telling us this evening, and it has been pummeling the northern Caribbean, the Caribbean, when we were in school. So we're watching that. It has dropped a whole host of torrential rain on places like Puerto Rico just today, folks. Yep. And half of the customers, they tell us, the power customers in that U.S. territory are without power. It's like a normal thing, Guyana. Without power. We got a hurricane Ernesto here named GPL. We call it by that other name, GPL. If you know folks in Bermuda, my mother used to live and work there, tell them watch out. Because Hurricane Ernesto, is heading there. You might want to tell them watch out. You know, pray for them. Good folks, pray for them. The good people of Bermuda, the storm, they say it's moving over open waters, 75 miles per hour. You know, and they said that's not major storm yet. Right? 75 winds, 75 miles per hour. The folks are watching that. They're watching that. That's again with the good folks of Bermuda sitting there. That being said, you know, looks like it can be a good run for Kamala, according to Trump. Kamala. It's like it's going to be a good run for Kamala because the U.S. inflation has slowed in July. Y'all know we've been following it here. And a lot of what these jacobats want to say is that this has been imported inflation. U.S. inflation has been slowing. Ours has not. This has driven up the cost of living, among other things. You know, the U.S. thanking the lucky stars. And so when this goes down, interest rates and a whole host of other things go down as well. This is going to be some tough days for Trump. Was looking at some commentary earlier on, and they talking about the huge momentum for Kamala and her campaign shifting away from Trump. This is not any good news here for those people who follow these issues in minute detail. So some good news. And while that's everything good news, while that's happening there, U.S. inflation, ours going up. 3 years of the Taliban. I might confuse some of y'all there. You might think we're talking about them boys by our end. Them is 4 years. 3 years. The Taliban there in Afghanistan. celebrating 3 years of rule, and they were, look at the Chiquita, look the shade here. They were celebrating 3 years of rule at a former US base there in Afghanistan. But you know what the commentators are saying, absent from this whole discussion and celebration, is all the atrocities that has been committed in that 3-year period. The same thing happened here. I saw them boys on television finally utilizing NCN for the propaganda, propagandizing, and talking about this great prosperity we've arrived at, this great transformation. But then talking about all the ills and so on. Cherie, Eva, Thomasina, Rhonda, Sudhari Sukhchan, Debbie Collins, Romaine, Bennett, and Dolly Anderson. Then talking about those things. They only want to talk about nice time around the garden. They only want to talk about nice time. 3 years for the Taliban. I ain't talking about the PPP Taliban. Somebody have the Afghan Taliban. Look some what we're tracking now. Regionally, we want to start with the hurricane there, Hurricane George. I mean, on that store, just checking to see if y'all following there. Some other things happening, folks. Some other things happening. It's what the Jamaicans are calling a massive shooting in a place called Clarendon. We told you a little bit about it in a previous broadcast. We haven't updated it. That's why we're kind of circling back to it now. The Jamaicans are offering, wait for this. I can see some of y'all taking out your compass now, saying I'm going to Jamaica a little bit. $25 million. Hold that back for you. For any information pertaining to the perpetrators of this dastardly act there. And of course, quite a few people, always is the case, hit in the crossfire there. Mass shooting is what they're calling it. Right? They're telling us as part of this information here that there are, listen to this now, 185 active gangs. 185 in Jamaica. Right? And they're asking $25 million. It's going to be given to anybody who has credible information leading to the arrest and charge of any suspect related to this matter. Yep, that's what's happening there. Mass shooting. And the update we have on that, besides the money, big money, is that the Prime Minister, Andrew Holness of Jamaica, has declared a state of emergency there. A state of emergency in Clarendon. The amount of crime we got here. Them boys just turning a blind eye, You all know the truth I talk. You all know the truth we talking. Sheila Boy Chat. You know it's the truth. Barbara Ralph, Shireen Baines, Andrew, Hazel Chase, Donna George, Eula Laffam and Rubens. All you know is the truth we talking. State of emergency there in Clarendon. And everything we done there. When we saw that, we remember, I don't know many of you keep track of these things. I know quite a few. You had a big anti-crime confab with CARICOM in Trinidad and Jamaica quite recently. Big confab. How are we going to tackle crime? How are we going to tackle these shootings, Kim Walker? Bantu King. How are we going to tackle these issues? Big CARICOM confab there in Trinidad and Tobago. Was it just a top 10? Because not only you had that mass shooting there in Jamaica, Clarendon now declared a state of emergency in that province. Just the day before lunch, folks, just the day before lunch in Trinidad and Tobago, 6 persons were shot dead. 6 persons shot dead in Trinidad and Tobago. 5 male, 1 female. Yeah, all you need. Believe it or not, 6 persons. And they tell us this happened in an area called Freeport, there in Trinidad and Tobago. And all we know at the hour is that investigations are ongoing. Right? Investigations are ongoing. Some of the other information we got suggests that there was a robbery in this area Police responded to that. They were fired upon, returned fire. 5 men, 5 males and a female, were dead after that. Police cornered them in a house. Do we have some of that image? I think we have some of that. Cornered them in a house. And this is what that area looked like there in Trinidad and Tobago. Valid, credible information. 6 persons dead just before lunch today. 5 males, 1 female. Again, police said they were responding to a robbery when they were fired upon in this particular area in Freeport, Trinidad and Tobago. Everything a nice baby side, we coming wrong, baby. Hold on. Robbery, shooting, guns. We coming wrong, baby. We said, don't hit the Trinidadians just yet. Not just yet. Don't hit it just yet. As a man, hold your horses. Hold your horses, hold your horses. We coming wrong, baby side. 6. Thoughts and prayers with all those families. Long there in Clarendon, all those families there in Freeport. Not gonna be wrong. The corner from us. Here's the Chase House song there. Paulette Greaves, Leonard Sampson, Eva Mattis, how is song there? Not gonna be wrong. The corner from where we are. Good folks, that's because you're the ones we come in the 592 Welton Blue. Once we come in the 592, y'all find this song for me. Womp, womp, womp. Once we the sad state of affairs here, you know. You can't lock and chuck away some problems, you know. Right? Like marital problems, and so you got to deal with it head on. Right? Head on, Hazel shit. You can't lock and chuck. Whop, 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 whop. Things, no. That's not the real world. 2,000 of you, 70 minutes into a broadcast. No, it's not the real world. Lock and chuck. Sorry for that monkey mountain. You can't lock and chuck. You got to solve problems. We got to actually solve some problems in this place. Even Lamy, lock and chuck everything. Come on now, brothers and sisters. We got a lot of problems in this country. Lot of problems in this country, good folks. No lock and chucking. Why don't we start here? Ow. We had one thing. Good folks, one thing to do. Ow. Can't get good help these days at all, you know. Can't get good help these days at all. Today's, what do we start here for? The Occident report. Why don't we start here? Bring them nice for us, folks. Aye. Much better. You ain't get fired more. Rest them back your back. The accident report, folks, for today. On a serious note, never an easy day in the 592, folks. Never an easy day. Thank God we could do these things in real time. This is what happened at Jawbone, a place in the Northwest District, Matthews Ridge. Said this tractor coming on good. You ever wake up like that? Good. The men said they have traveled this piece of real estate several times. Today they wake up good. Yeah. And then tragedy struck. Listen to this. They said the tractor went in a pothole. One of the gentlemen fell off the tractor and got crushed there. 29-year-old Herman Bunbury from Matthews Ridge. Thoughts and prayers with his family. Carnage on our roads and what? You wouldn't think on this little track of road, tragedy could strike like that. I'm certain. When you look at this piece of road here, this trail, this dam, you wouldn't think. The report, it's not what we making up, you know. The reporting said the tractor, 2019 minutes in, fell in a pothole. Folks, if tractor Tractor wheel, good mass there. Tractors falling in pothole and men dying. Oh, what's to become of us here? What's to become of the rest of us? You can't sue the government when things like that happen. The NDC, the RDC supposed to be taking care of those areas like that. Big gaping hole, swallowing whole tractors and killing men in this country. Jawbone Back Dam, Matthews Ridge. That's what transpired there. Thoughts and prayers again with the family of Herman Bunbury. Thoughts and prayers with them. How many times we said already tonight? How many times? Folks, share the light. Good to have all of you in the ring tonight with us. Good to have all of you. Hey, sir. Pardon my French. Good to have all of you here, sir, with us. And I was telling you, folks, don't let me judge the Jamaicans, don't let me judge the Trinidadians too harshly just yet. We got our own problems. We own problems. What happened with fast book tonight, man? What happened with fast book tonight? Catch yourself, man. Folks, bring it up nice for us. Yeah. Fire. Remember we told you that fire in Kokwani quite recently? Fire in Kokwani. Fire to the PPP. Fire report now. They're telling us that fire in Kokwani. Well, let me get the backstory. You see it there. Let me get a little backstory. If it's new to you, we got you. You don't worry. We got you.
A fire at Kokwani yesterday, which occurred around 6:10 p.m., has left 9 persons homeless. The fire occurred at Lot 68 Second Phase Housing Scheme, Kokwani, Berbice River. In a press release, the Guyana Fire Service stated that the fire was caused by a lit electrical stove that had been left unattended. The building was owned by a pensioner, 71-year-old Michael Primo. He occupied the building with 8 of his family members. The origin of the fire was given as the electrical stove being left plugged in, eventually igniting a window curtain. It rapidly spread to other combustible materials within the house. Several firefighting engines were deployed to the building, allowing firefighters to bring the fire under control. However, the building and its contents were destroyed. There were no reported injuries. However, the Guyana Fire Service continues to urge the public to exercise caution when using electrical appliances to prevent such tragedies and to ensure appliances are turned off and unplugged before leaving any room or building.
And that's the update there. The fire services said it's unattended electrical stove that caused that massive blaze there in Kokwani, one of my favorite places. An unattended electrical stove. Once you come to 592, I can tell you, well, folks, if you're here, you just join us. Share the live, that's the cost of admission. Smash that emoji button for we. Please and thank you. Let's know how you receive the program. You find any value in it. We're not asking much. We're only asking that you don't leave your stoves unattended while you're minding to a business. Outraged to the ground. Fires of the PPP, good folks. That right there, the fire report, that was the update. Unattended electrical stove. Pace and power, good folks. Pace and power. Pace and power. Today is the beginning of Heritage. Well, this was the launch of Heritage Month. Heritage Month is September, by the way. Today was the launch of Heritage Month under the theme Many Voices, One Song, celebrating Amerindian Heritage 2024. We go Heritage, folks. Last year I went to several places, including Rockstone, at a beautiful festival there at Rockstone. You get into Linden and you head off from there on the outskirts of Linden there. Rockstone, beautiful indigenous community. And part of what they're saying this year, part of the celebration, is this rich cultural tapestry. Some people say tapestry. That's part of what we celebrate. I love me. My indigenous brothers and sisters got some of it in my blood myself, through my father's lineage. Love all of it. I tell you the whole story already. You know the whole thing. Y'all going heritage, folks? Celebrate it wherever it comes close to you. You go towards it. And lots of, if not all, of our indigenous villages celebrate heritage in one way or the next. Be part of that, folks. Let's celebrate our indigenous brothers and sisters. Heritage launched today at the Umanayana. Had some great cultural items. I was looking at some photographs of a fantastic, what do you call it? Fashion show, indigenous, where fantastic couple days ago. So much in the community, so much in the indigenous space in this country to celebrate. Yep, and want to wish all the persons celebrating all the best. Y'all take your time and feel your vibe. That's one of the things that went down today, folks. Just one of them. Yeah. Moving on, and we got some ways to go. For your information, we were listening to Dr. David Hines quite recently. We gotta treat people fairly in this country. We gotta treat our indigenous brothers fairly. We gotta treat our Indian brothers and sisters fairly. Our African Guyanese brothers and sisters, we gotta treat them fairly. That's a challenge with this country. That's a challenge with this install regime. Listen to some of what Dr. David Hines said quite recently on this subject matter.
The colonial masters deliberately gave the Indo-Guyanese a head start in Guyanese life by flooding the crops produced by the newly freed Africans. Such actions drove the Africans to seek employment, hence their gravitation to the public service. This formed the discussion of the program Nation Watch, and spearheading the discourse were Dr. David Hines and moderator Morgan Williams. Dr. Hines said that the Africans set about and succeeded in humanizing the coastal plains.
The African Guyanese, in a sense, tamed this coast, right? A place where they bought people, sold people, and killed people before they were 25 years old.
Yeah.
A place that was infected with all kinds of wild animals, infested with diseases. You mentioned European-brought diseases and all other things. And African Guyanese, with their own hands and their minds, were able to physically transform this place into a habitable environment.
He said that the notion of an agricultural environment had its roots in the villages.
What we now call local government was the basis of local and national government. All right? The education system. When those people came off the plantations, well, the first thing they did is they built the churches. That's well known. And next to the churches, they built schools, setting the stage for the education system that we know today.
Williams, an advocate for indigenous peoples, recalled the plight visited on the African Guyanese post-1992.
In fact, between 92 and 97, the public sector, that public service, predominantly populated by African Guyanese. Jobs were made redundant. The public sector shrunk by 20,000, upwards of 20,000 jobs. So in that 5 to 7 year period, you had more than 20,000 African Guyanese without employment. You had a reduction in the strength of the Guyana Defense Force, which at one time I think operated at somewhere around 1,300 members. So it meant that when you reduce the strength, you displaced African Guyanese.
The Guyana National Service was discontinued. The Army Reserve Corps, the People's Militia, was dead.
All these actions removed African Guyanese from active employment and the ability to earn, put food on the table for their children. What we had emerging was a sweetie tray, cigarette tray kind of operation on the streets. We abuse it now, we cuss it now, we say it's disorderly. But it was an absolute necessity at the time when it emerged.
Williams said that having displaced the African Guyanese, the PPP has moved to man the command centers with Indo-Guyanese.
All this is happening now, and here is this gentleman, Jagdeo, saying Norton should encourage African Guyanese to go into business if he vexed because they ain't getting work in the public sector. And in the ministries, you may have 2 African Guyanese as permanent secretaries.
Dr. Hines said that from 1992, there has been a feeling of anti-black racism.
If these people are slaves, they are subhuman. It means that you have to fear them because they're not acting as human beings. They are going to kill you. They are going to rob you. They are going to rape you. And that notion of the African is universal, comes out of this dehumanizing experience, right? As they said in America, African people could not exist in a state of freedom.
He said that there is a structured approach to the disempowerment of the Afro-Guyanese.
The PPP comes to power. The PPP feels that the African-led party did them wrong, and they're going to use state power to take political revenge.
Yeah, for your information, good folks, for your information. We didn't get to share with you guys last night, but we found this whole saga of Prema Rupnarayan, who left the Ministry of Social Services under Vinay Prasad's leadership with immediate effect a couple of weeks ago, and suddenly she's turned up now as head of the human resource for the Guyana Revenue Authority, displacing a young lady who was there a long time manning that station and manning it very well. You see, life in this country looks different to different people depending on who you live, where you live rather, and where you got your allegiance. I'm gonna left one place, push out somebody, and gone on. You tell me people got legitimate concerns in this country? This is the country we're living in. For your information, folks, nice time for brothers and sisters in the hinterland. We're being told 16 new wells. I thought everything under control here in the hinterland. Right? I thought everything under control here in the hinterland, good folks. What's happening and what's going down? 16 new wells. We celebrate that. We want nothing that's for nobody. We don't want anything that is for anybody. 16. I thought you were telling us that everything nice and good, everything gone through, everything okay. 99 point something % of this country is served with potable water. Then when you look and you see, like people getting out 2 and 3 wells in front of the house at the side, at the back, and so on. Right? Then you get to understand what's really happening here, folks. Then you overstand. Right? So for the hinterland and riverine communities, what is a necessity? A human right. Literally, a human right. Potable water. And everybody deserves it. My God. But what's happening in some other places leaves much to be desired. This is what's going on in the city, folks. This is coming through people taps. Literally sharing the live. Jem Van Veel got to share in the live tonight. Maxine Monroe, Andrew Griffith, Gail Alicock. Who else going to share the live for us tonight? Mob Gold, Kathleen Allen, Vashti Magnot, Rupert Magnot, Brian Daniels, and Neil Court, Rosetta Bart. Who can share this? Let people see what's going on in this country. If we got to build some wells here now. In Georgetown, I have the tongue crying out. All boys' tongue crying out. The folks in all boys' tongue reach out and say, "We be churn with this water." Their skin and whiskey and scratching. Where's got a hamper for this? Where's got a cash grant for this kind of water? People in Georgetown crying for the old well. Say, they me personal well. I have this thing here no more. Look what's coming through people's taps. Look what's coming through people's taps. And then I saw, folks, we saw the Guyana Water Authority on the Sheikh bashing them, saying that, it's the rainy season and muck and silt and salt and so on got in the water system, and they are trying their best to combat this problem. It's a whole pack of lights, It's a whole pack of lights. I saw Christopher Jones, for instance. We saw Christopher Jones, for instance, months now, highlighting the specific issue of water in the city. And not only water concerns, right? But potable water as well. do with that? Hey, good folks? What are you going to do with this? What is this doing? Coming through your tap. I hope you all know it's disrespectfully, you know. I hope you wonderful folks know. Right? This is the level of disrespect that we got to face in this country here. You mean these kind of problems, nobody don't go home? We're just sorry and life goes on. Next 2-3 months, we still don't hear talking about Karen Fresco. You think you understand what we're dealing with in this place? I wonder if Food for the Poor giving out little filtration systems. You know, I always try to be helpful. I'm so thankful for the wonderful folks here. Food for the Poor, lovely. CEO just took over there and took charge. What are you going to do with that? These are issues that got to be on the ballot next year. God damn it. These are issues that got to be on the ballot. We've had for this 4 years in. Sheikh Bashir is certain and thing in the system. We work here. What to bring back Sheikh Bash? All you sound like Sheikh Bash. What to bring back in the first place, man? He going to give let Sheikh Bash go and dry pension and rest himself. We got some big people that got a lot to contribute in this country. Retire and refiring. But Sheikh Bash clearly got on top of this system. Oh, he's sorry. You got baby chair in the water, chair and skin scratching. You're broken out like the 7 plagues. Alibaba and the fighting thieves. Go with everything. Nothing going in the system and fixing the problem that they really got to fix. Oh, it's the mud and the muck. And we go down the line. So where all them billions going? 28 billion to this water sector in 2024 alone. Folks, we got to demand more of these jagabats and trench crappos. And you all know I'm talking the truth. We got to demand much, much more of them. This is not good enough at all. Who's sharing the life? I want more people say this nonsense here, man. Who's going to help us tonight? Who's going to help we? Think we done that? You think we done that? That's not only where the billions going. Tell you, we talked about sugar earlier. And billions, the sugar equally dirty like the water. You see that dingy bucket just now, you might think it's little black sugar mixed in there. This sugar dingy and dirty. And I said, my little sugar here. I was coming in on Caribbean Airlines the other day. They give us a little pack of sugar, mark them wire cool. But you know, I try to ease up on the little sugar and so on these days. I shall save this little bit here because when I get in, I can't get this here. This clean quality sugar. Let's take it compliments the Caribbean Airline. Sweeten the little coffee there. Like I can't take too much milk these days. I know you know this. I try and all this, but I don't like it. Can't take too much milk. Trying to get rid of this. So much sugar. And I don't like it. Sheikh Bash still going through. So let's enjoy little sugar this thing here now. Billions in the sugar sector. It's dirty sugar greeting me every day. Billions in the water sector. It's dirty water. Billions in the power sector. It's dirty power we get in. Birds eating out power cable. We got the most fantastic birds in the world. We birds eating through power cable. Going down the line. Billions. Take a look. For GPL2.
A lot of money is going to rent generating sets. Prime Minister Mark Phillips told the National Assembly on Friday that the government was paying $16 million per month to rent a set at Anna Regina. However, the government is approaching National Assembly for a further $16 billion to buy fuel for all the generating sets in the country. The sets at Garden of Eden consume a lot of fuel.
In terms of fuel, 292,358 imperial gallons, and that is a DP2. And then you have 535,184 imperial gallons at DP3. Right, in terms of generation, DP2, 22 megawatts, and DP3 29.4 megawatts.
They reportedly have an installed capacity of 51.4 megawatts. Initially, this was reported as the current generation. The response prompted the question of whether there was any maintenance.
I'm advised that we have two gensets, one in DP2 and one in DP3, under maintenance. What we have given you is the installed capacity, but we have one genset in each area, DP2, DP3, and maintenance. That is why I asked him to clarify, sir, what's the installed capacity and what he is producing right now. We have the equivalent of 12.4 megawatts capacity, which is under maintenance right now.
Patterson said that he knew the installed capacity because the coalition government had bought the sets for Garden of Eden.
Having installed the power ship, and we're getting 36 megawatts from the power ship now, that has helped us to fast track and working towards get back on schedule for maintenance. 69,848 imperial gallons a month is being supplied to Bartica. Bartica remains under GPL. So we're buying fuel for Bartica. We're maintaining the engines at Bartica. The other utilities are under HECI.
The Bartica Power Station was down for nearly a week last week. A large sum has been allocated to the power station in Linden, and the Prime Minister described Lynn Mine as a peculiar utility.
Both sides, the bauxite mining company Linden, we have a contract where we pay them. They generate the electricity. So we pay them according to that contract. We are asking for 740,970,626 to pay both sides to generate electricity for the rest of them.
Member of Parliament Annette Ferguson noted that the government had gone to the National Assembly for money early in this year. And this is despite producing a budget that was some 30% larger than the previous year.
Note, early in the year, we approved 6.1 billion, and the ministry is still asking, now come back for 13 billion more. My question to the Honorable Minister is whether what you're now seeking, whether it's sufficient, it will take you to the end of the year.
Prime Minister Phillips said that the current request is based on projections. However, the government will return for even more money if there is the need.
Yeah. What's his story there? Billions and billions and billions. Number one. How come the PM looking like a 5-gallon imperial, like 5 imperial gallons? How come the Prime Minister looking like 5 imperial gallons? DP 3. How come? Hold on. You know what I'm You see this racial wisdom, it got to finish. This racial wisdom, it got to finish. Right? Why even an Aryan sharing whoever's the secret with the 5 imperial gallons PM? DP3. Why is that? This racial wisdom got to finish. Candidly indigent? How is it 4 years in? Everybody's thinning out. Everybody's drinking tinners. And then telling PM, what is the secret? PM just on this 5 imperial gallons, DP3. Candidly indigent says eating too much Wagyu. PM, ease up on the red meat. 5 imperial gallons. DP3. Folks, that being said, look some of the other things we're tracking as we wrap up today. I'm going 1 minute past 9 o'clock. I'm paying me for this stuff. Schooner Crane 4-lane. Coming soon. Opening soon. You see the big blue tarp over there? It's not a jumping board. That big blue tarp to your left, bottom left. You see covering something there by the lamp post? Sorry, confusing out there. The lantern post Melinda McKenzie. Now Jambi Bird. Schooner coming soon. That's the thing. You see, that's the thing to christen the road. That's the thing. Right? Naomi Drucker says the first lady like the public servant wages thin. A lot of you said the first lady, oh, you looking thin. She took you out seriously. She took you seriously. It's only PM. You get the message. Out here looking thin. The schooner, 4-lane, coming soon. I hope this schooner thing built properly because they're 4-lane here. You know, it hit drunk man, they'll buy that Jumpy Bird. Jumpy Bird number 1, DP1, or JB1, Jumpy Bird 1. Right? And that 5 Imperial Gallon Road. Big holes. Developing. I think it's a concrete stronger than asphalt. And would last longer. This kind of concrete construction road. How come this road getting hole already? Right? And where is getting hole? Got some big things. When you go down in some of these things, you gotta get 4-wheel to come out back. How come? How come? So not the eagle landing there at Schoonard. They tell us. The eagle land this time. This eagle look fairly good. Hold on. This eagle look fairly good. Same here, except this eagle look like a little cross-eye. Fairly good. Right? This eagle gone with somebody ball here. Somebody balls. Is his hair fun? This eagle here on the big balls. So here some people say bird nest. And that's one side. This eagle look. I don't know what's buzzy metaphor here. This eagle and this big balls. But that being said, folks, this look like a better representation of our harpy eagle. A better representation. It's big and sound, but we can take it over the next one. Right? But the little cross side, that's your this eagle land. Third time's a charm. Third time is a charm. The eagle land. Fuck, share the life, the man. Right? Share the life, the man. Somebody said the eagle need Ozempic for the leg. It's a Bigfoot eagle. But I like the wingspan. I like the rest of it. I can even take the legs and so on and the big balls. But it's the cross-eye for me. It looks like it got a little cross-eye. Once we can work on this cross-eye, we good to go. Once we can work on, right? The cross-eye, big balls, eagle. Somebody take the mic. We descended. Take the mic, somebody. Otherwise than that, I give them it. Whoever went to work on this, did a lot of work. I could take the wings, fantastic. Wings, fantastic. The rest of it from like the neck go down, what do you call that? Just shorted when you start with the leg. Good with the wingspan, the tail even. Fantastic. They got the claws pinned down. But the big balls and the cross side. We can do a little work there over the weekend before the open school night. I can the big balls and all could work. I know they might paint the globe or something there, put board nest or something there. Right? The rest of it is a good representation. Fairly good. Right? I give them a B plus. B plus. The folks who would have worked hard on the big balls cross-eye eagle. Right? Give B plus. You know, you shave down the leg a little bit, shave down the big foot a little bit, and uncross the eyes, and we go to go. Folks, this we don't like the issues here, you know. This is how we register despair in this country. This is how we process grief in the 592. A fairly good representation. Those minor things aside, big balls, cross-side. Those couple things aside, you know. Land of many big birds. Thank you. Roxanne Garaway. That being said, we wrap it up. That's why we kind of slow down a little bit. We wrapping up. We are wrapping up. You know, it's sad. many things in this country. You know, it's sad. Naomi says it's an epic fail. You know, Naomi, little thing. Naomi got very, very high standards because she lived in a first world country. Very nice. And I am B plus. B plus, B plus. You know what's that? The chairman of Region 10 told us a little while ago, he said Linden is the place contractors go when they want test out. When they're training. It's not real contractors. Play contractors. And so he highlighted this road quite recently. Darren Adams, the honorable chairman of Linden, of rather Region 10, pointed out this road. It's a Creek Road, south of Miller's Ward. He said the company which produced this quality of road, right? Some of the money went to the big bald bird. Seven Dream Investment. Seven Dream is the name of these companies for me. Right? 7 dreams they had. They produced this road here. Folks, I want to be critical of every single thing, but come on now. How this road can get B plus? How you getting B plus here? This is how not to build a road. This is the epic fail, Naomi. Epic. 7 Dream Investment. 7 Dreams. They go and tender for that thing there. Right? We got to scrape up this whole thing now and start back fresh. So you got Eagles, Animal Farm, photo of the day. Lance Corporal Brian Bernard and Constable Raphael Hope were seen mounted today, bringing back the mounted branch now. Right? We got to find some use for our policemen, looking a little sharp there, right? That one horse, they look a little tinnish. But that being said, once them guys out patrolling, doing the work, got an eye in the city on the elements, law and order, traffic and so on, I got to go mounted bicycle. Right? How would I take it? I find police breaking up too many vehicles though, police vehicles in accidents and mashing up quick. Mashing up quick. So congrats to these fellas. We saw them. We spot them today. The mounted branch. Good luck to y'all on that. I tell y'all, don't let me talk about the Chinese. Don't let me talk about the Jamaicans. We got your own story. Our own story. One story, wooden house at Fort Nassau. Shotgun and ammunition found. That's on that front. And quite recently, Johnny P. Supermarket in South Granville robbed. We hear millions missing, but report says undisclosed amount. Back channels tell us millions. Johnny P. And this is about the 50th time Johnny P got robbed since it opened many years ago. You know? But it's about the 50th time. They're trying to put these people out of business, you know. Trying to put these people out of business. Our thoughts and prayers with the proprietors, staff of Johnny P. That's a traumatic experience, you know. You're being robbed. You don't overcome the trauma of that. Oh, you know, you getting staff to stay like you got staff to stay on after that. They're strong. Raise a pay one time. Millions of dollars we heard. Gone. We're ropes in there. We're ropes in, man. That's happening in that front. All kinds of things in this country. Next story here now. Wrapping up. Thank you, Daily News, for this photograph. Brother Stabby, brother. Yeah. On the run now from law enforcement. It's a wild west in this country, you know. Nothing is sacred anymore. The man taking your friend by your house, the attorney at law, he knows death. He inviting in his own home. Brother stab your own brother in the neck. Chucky. Joke. In his neck. That's the wild west of a country that we inhabit. You know, we need a better minister. We need a better ministers. But let me start with Robeson. A better minister of home affairs. Robeson tired. Oh, what's your business, the man, Robeson? Come on the place, the man. God damn it. How many more? We got to send a strong message to society. And when you prepare to do this dastardly act outside the law, right, you're going to face the full consequences of those actions. We got to send a very, very strong message. And stop dilly-dallying and shilly-shallying. This is Devon and Rodriguez. Right? Critical state of the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation's of crane housing scheme. Stabbed in the neck by his brother, allegedly Francis Rodriguez. You don't know how to trust. Now Francis on the run. How far are you going to run? How far? Pray for the speedy recovery of this gentleman. Speedy recovery. Think of it, man. That's why the Guyana police force, spiraling crime and so on. The Honorable Commissioner of Police had a confab with his inspectors and chief inspectors. And his word to the wise was fitness, something getting too thick. Integrity and professionalism. Fitness, integrity, professionalism. The question I saw lots of folks ask on social media is whether or not it's too late. Right? Whether or not it's too late. The boat done sail. When it concerns the Guyana police force, some of you put it another way, say, boat gonna fall, can't turn back. It's too late. Fitness, integrity and professionalism. He said, let that be a guide. Fitness. Not about cats in the police force. Fattened by corruption. London, everybody, you got some professionals as well. Disciplined officers. It's not everybody. Fitness, integrity, professionalism. We could end the day tonight. That being said, good folks, you're happy to get rid of us. We can keep you out with this July. That being said, good folks, share the light before you run out. Smash that emoji button, good folks, and I want to thank all of you who stay with us a little bit in the overtime there. Thanks to each and every one of you. We're fed up with the blackouts. Fed up of the dirty sugar, dirty water. Fed up with the fires and the PPP, the carnage on our roads and waterways, the violence against women and girls. We're fed up of it. Fed up with the PPP. Next year going to be an important year. Y'all better start getting yourself set. We got a lot of work to do. If we can win this election, let's see who going to lead, who are the presidential candidate, consensus candidate, and all this foolishness. We got a lot of work to do, folks. Let's get about doing it. Let's get about doing it, good folks. That's our time and that's our broadcast this evening. Yeah. We got a closer. See you guys at the next one. Have a fantastic evening. Donna, Hazel, Iban, Horace, Rosetta, Pretty Militia, Charles and Kim Walker. 3,000 out of you joined us tonight cumulatively. Looking at the back end. The emoji's looking tender. Like you're fun and look. Smash that emoji button before you go. Kim Walker, Jamal Aziz, Tessa, Michael, Michaela, Pretty Militia, Yvette Madu. Could have had all of you on the broadcast this evening. Thanks for joining us. Shamela Agil, Sir Perez, Michael Reed, Deborah Pearson. Oh, one of the thousands, one of the hundreds. Rhonda Gordon, good to see you there as well. Jamal Aziz, Sandra Hanover, Auntie Sandra, respect and manners. Auntie Sandra, Anne-Marie Selby, Patricia Fraser, Horace again. Good to see you on the live, Horace. Have a fantastic rest of the evening. Jamal and Lakshman Aziz. Good to have all of you with us tonight. Lester Williams. Sticking around a little long if you haven't noticed. They give some of you wonderful folks a shout out. Yvette Barkins, Yonet rather. Yvette Manu, Yonet Barker, Shamila Edgel. Good to have all of you. Tessa Harewood. Good to see you on the live, Tessa. Savita Richard, you know some of you say, oh, you don't call me. If you don't make a comment, I wouldn't see a name rushing by. Brian Daniels, Karen Mohammed, Lucille Kendall, of course, Van Classic. Good to have all of you. Folks, that can do it for us in this set. Stay safe. Hewley Trackman, Harrison Ebert. Stay safe, folks.